You're listening to the Get Rich Podcast. This is not a financial advice podcast. This is a podcast with two friends talking about how to get rich. Thank you for listening. Hello, my good friend Tyler. It's going to be different every episode.
A little presumptuous there, isn't it, John? I mean...
What? Okay. Hello, my bestie friend Tyler. My BFF Tyler.
Hello, acquaintance John.
Acquaintance John. You got some friends that don't know about me? Like what?
So many.
Why
do you think I'm too busy? I'm hanging out with all my other friends.
Oh, all the children at your job?
Yeah. There's, Larry and,
No, you got to go with like modern day kid names.
I wasn't going with kid names. I'm going with my real friend names. Like
Larry?
Larry. I mean, you know,
we're always hanging out.
Yeah. No, he got out of that business. Okay. He's actually in heating and air now.
Okay.
Yeah. Weird pivot, but that's what he chose to do.
Anywho.
We can put that somewhere else in the episode.
Maybe. Have a heating and air episode.
No, That's what my dad did. He made a living.
No. It's a living.
But this is about getting rich.
Yeah, Tyler.
All right. So sorry.
This is another brilliant idea of mine. No startup cost, Tyler. And the potential profits are limitless. It just depends on how much time and how much product and how much...
Are you farming?
Sweat.
Is it a farming episode?
How much stinkiness you're willing to, no.
Could still be farming.
It's not farming.
Oh.
That could be its own episode, perhaps.
What's your idea?
I also want to find a way to name it a new thing, because the thing it's currently named is awful, but I'll just say it. Dumpster diving.
This is another YouTube idea, isn't it?
I was inspired by a YouTube short, yes. I just want to get rich. Get rich.
Get rich. Get rich.
So I'm gonna start a podcast.
Get rich. Get rich.
How come no one's ever done this?
Get rich. Get rich.
Now it's time to
get rich. It's
Okay, John,
Yes.
Explain this to me. Because when I think of dumpster diving, I think of, someone who needs food.
No, I would not be moving organic products like food or anything. I'm not going to be getting like day-old bread and selling it. So I was scrolling YouTube Shorts, as I do, and this guy, don't remember his name. I could look it up real quick.
Probably should. At least insert it in later.
Yeah.
We will add it in post. Like all the people, like I reference things and then I remember where I heard about it. Like, there was the Amazon thing I talked about in that other episode with the book price that went crazy. And I learned about that from Matt Parker.
Okay. It was.
Matt Parker, he's great. He's on YouTube, sells books and all sorts of things. He's a mathematician. He's hilarious.
South Park? What?
Matt Parker. I'm keep going.
Okay. Yes, Tyler, I was inspired by YouTube. The name of the person on YouTube I was inspired by is called Dumpster Dive King. And what he does is he primarily goes like to the dumpsters of malls, big box stores or whatever.
All within his territory as a king.
Well, that's the thing I'm concerned about too.
In his fiefdom.
Are these people like territorial?
I would imagine so if he's the king.
Like if you go up in some dumpster...
could he knight you?
There could be some issues if you're like trying to go into somebody else's dumpsters. They've been going in every, day for like a year or two.
You'd have to scout it all out. You would have to scout everything out.
But I don't think this is that common, really. Just whenever you hear dumpster diving, it's not like you said, you think of someone who is starving looking for food.
Here's what I think about this. I mean, sorry, I interrupted. Yes, that's what I think about when I think of dumpster diving. But when you say it's not common, I think that it is common, but not in our area.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's just this guy. Well, let me just say, I saw the video. He goes behind a Best Buy, a mall, there are just hundreds of electronic products thrown away.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's
hundreds and hundreds, and it's ridiculous because I guess they get a new model, they get more something else that needs to go on the shelves. I don't know why the company who makes this doesn't like take back their product and then like sell it at a discount or something. It's probably ends up costing more if they have to like take it back, ship it, whatever, you know.
probably so. And
I'm sure they've done big calculations I'm unable to do.
yeah, there's definitely research into it. The accounting is there for
It's
sure.
So
And it's-
wasteful.
And it's not just electronics, because I also heard about it in terms of designer clothing and
Yeah.
accessories and stuff. And they'll actually like go through the process of destroying it in some way, marring it and
Yes.
cutting it. And sometimes they don't, because that does take time, and time is money. But it's
Yeah.
like it underscores how crazy the consumer economy is. How many we get on that a lot, don't we? This is weird.
Hey man, we're dealing with economics, we're dealing with social whatever, we're dealing with financial sector. You know,
This is a hard-hitting podcast.
it's a hard-hitting, you know, we talk about real facts of life in this podcast.
So
And
you want to dive in dumpsters and collect electronics.
more like selective picking. I don't think I've ever seen him get in a dumpster. I'm sure he has. But yeah, like you just go to these dumpsters, you see if there's stuff in there you could resell on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Again, there's literally no startup cost. You get the product, you take it back to your house, your shed, your barn. Yeah, take a few pictures, throw it up on eBay. Nothing but profit. Okay?
You got, yeah, you're right on that. But you know, and what I was saying earlier about it being maybe big in places like LA or wherever this guy is, I assume
I just
it's somewhere
assume
like that.
everybody on YouTube I see is in LA.
They probably are. They probably are. Actually, when we put videos on YouTube, the shorts, we actually have to fly out to LA
Yeah,
to do it's inconvenient. I don't think it's going to be big in our area. It's things like, do you
don't-
remember Tickle Me Elmo?
Do you mean it? You don't think there's people already doing it, or you don't think there will be a lot of products in the dumpster?
I've seen people doing it. I have, but I don't think that it happens often. I think it is less likely to happen here than it is in other places. But we
Okay.
still have all the same stores.
Yes.
We still have Best Buys. We still have GameStops. We still have, I mean, we don't have a lot of high fashion places, but we do still have other stores like that. And, you know, it makes me think of, like I said, Tickle Me Elmo. Do you remember when that came out?
I remember the craze.
We were
Yes.
young, but it was a thing. Not so young that we wanted one.
My grandma got one.
Yeah. And they were impossible to find.
Yes.
But, like, if you went out to South Alabama, there were
Mhm.
Walmarts there that had them. Like,
Okay.
that's where we got one for a family member. So my point being is that all these same stores exist here and in other relatively small towns, like the Best Buys,
Yeah.
and you just go there. Like, this dumpster doesn't have it, but maybe they have it over there. Maybe they have something good there. I mean, you could make a pretty big circuit and probably find good stuff.
Yeah, I'd probably do like Pensacola, maybe Gulf Breeze,
Definitely.
to Destin and stuff. Like you got to think too, like Destin. That's a vacation place. There's people that live there, but most of the people there are traveling on vacation. They're not going to be dumpster diving. And the people who can afford to live in Destin aren't going to be dumpster diving either.
Dude, you got
So-
Foley,
Mobile, even.
any place with all the outlet malls,
Yeah.
right? Because
There's
a
a lot in Destin.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it. So you got the Destin and Foley outlets,
I'd
right?
start in Pensacola, just at the.
Local.
It used to be Cordova Mall. Is it still Cordova Mall?
Still Cordova Mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd start there, scope it out. You know, I haven't been on eBay in probably 20 something years. I helped my grandma sell her antique dolls on there in the early 2000s. But it still exists, right?
Oh,
eBay
absolutely.
still doing its
Absolutely.
own thing.
Like, if you still need to find someone who can, like, track somebody down physically in the woods, you can probably find it on, well, that's Craigslist.
That's Craigslist, yeah.
But that exists too, so you can still sell it,
I
if
didn't
not
know
eBay,
if, like,
Craigslist.
Facebook Marketplace took over eBay and kind of, but I'm guessing that's more localized. Thing about eBay is you can probably type in any product that's been made since
And
like
find
the
somebody.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and you could probably find it somewhere in the world.
Absolutely.
And that's where I come in. Having these, last year's products that were thrown out carelessly, hopefully not destroyed. But guess what? I just thought of another potential income source from this.
Don't say it.
Film YouTube like this guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that's what you were going to
What,
say.
do you have another one?
I thought you were going to say, like, try to break it down for parts and precious metals.
Oh, no.
I was like,
I
please-
have watched those YouTube videos too.
Like, please don't talk about breaking computers down for gold.
Well,
Don't do it.
I've seen a video. I think it was in India they did it. And
They do it there, yeah. It's-
people just throw out old computers when they get a new one.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of gold in there.
Or you could be like me and for some reason still have it.
Yeah, I think there's a few things I can't throw away. It's like old cords.
Yeah.
You just never know when you may need that cord or
When it becomes obsolete.
I mean, there's still copper in it. If the end times come and you need to like rig up some electrical something.
You're playing too much Rust.
It's a great game. But if I were to find like old broken things, I could outsource that probably.
And take it to a recycler and get something for
Something,
it, for sure.
But yeah, YouTube videos. This guy, Dumpster Dive King. Let's just pull up.
Can
his
we just assume
Okay,
that...
whoa. Hold on, Tyler. I just pulled up his most popular shorts. 30 million views. 17 million, 14 million. He has a good 15 videos that are all a million or above.
Can we just go ahead and assume that most of your ideas moving forward might have and YouTube videos just
listen.
tacked on?
A lot of my ideas, coincidentally, there are people doing them right now, like on YouTube. There's cute dog videos on YouTube, people watching by the millions. There's dumpster diving videos, people watching by the millions.
You know what I've never seen?
What?
Bounce house videos.
So you're gonna film other people's children?
I'm just
bouncing.
spitballing. I'm spitballing here. You know what? Maybe furniture moving YouTube videos, laying out chairs at a wedding. That's a great idea.
The only way I could see that is if you do it like in a what would
it could
be called
so satisfying.
the brand of those satisfying videos.
Yeah.
I could do even something similar with this, where I film a video of me getting all this junk, and then I like stack it nicely or lay them out nicely, like boom, 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 boom. Just one appears after the other. Boom. I'm hitting two genres there then.
And unboxing.
Unboxing, yeah.
You could have so many different. Look, I don't want to talk about YouTube videos, man. It bothers me.
Why does it bother you?
I don't know.
It's an
have we done our
alternate-
own commercial on this?
On what?
This episode.
No, we need to. It's about that time, yeah. And now, a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Hey there, it's your favorite landlord again, Mr. Ron. The food truck business ain't been so good lately. The Mickey D's keeps running me off, and the health department, they keep finding me at the old Kmart and the strip malls and all the places I like to park. Either way, I saw some nice chairs outside of the park the other day, and what with the weather being what it was, I picked them up. I hate to see them get ruined. So, I got about 200 of these chairs, and I was thinking, the next time you get married, Mr. Ron here, I'm 3 for 3. Next time you're thinking about getting married, give me a call and rent some chairs. And before you even say anything about it, they ain't dirty. The chairs ain't dirty. That's a patina. You'd hate for them to be all pristine and white and detract from the beautiful bride up there. The only thing in white is the bride, right? Whatever. Give Mr. Ron a call and rent some chairs. Mr. Ron's Rentals. Mr. Ron's Rentals. Mr. Ron's Rentals. Yeah, we got chairs for you.
And we're back. So yeah, John the Dumpster King.
Well, you can't be the Dumpster King. He's the Dumpster King.
He's the Dumpster Diving King. I could be John Dumpster King. Dump truck, I don't know, garbage, something.
The Emerald Coast Dumpster Diver.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
because then it sounds like you're
being the
diving.
king. I like king being in there though.
No, I think
honestly,
it's just Emerald Coast diving.
Emerald Coast diving.
Yeah. Yeah. Think of the SEO on that one, man. You're going to get so many people coming to your eBay shop, coming to your website.
You want them, they're searching for like diving tours or scuba diving and they find me, they aren't going to be interested.
Just make sure that those are some of the shop's dumpsters you go to. You know? I've only got one pair of flippers, but hey, check it out. I got 3 monitors and 15 mice if you need something for your computer. I had a clutch. Could be Dolce & Gabbana. It's got a small cut in it, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
$20.
$20. Now, to be honest with you, when I first started talking about this and thinking about it, I just think of Danny DeVito in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And because there was like an episode or multiple episodes where him and Charlie are just like chilling in a dumpster.
I don't know if I've said it yet, but I feel like a lot of the stuff we talk about is probably in It's Always Sunny somewhere. Because there's so many episodes of that show where they're trying to get rich in some dumb way.
I should rewatch that show just to get some ideas.
No, because they've already done them.
It doesn't matter. They don't own, like, I can think of just offhand, like, having a bar. We could do an episode on that.
Crow Milk.
Yeah. Crow Milk?
No. I have seen people dumpster diving. I have. I've seen people dumpster diving here in Pensacola. They were doing it. What store was that? I can't remember if that was a Best Buy or if that was even just a pet store. But it was something like that.
Hey, pet stores are probably overlooked. And you ever been to a pet store recently?
Pricey.
So expensive.
A dog bed is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
You know what we use? We don't use dog beds. You know what we use instead? I'll tell you.
Tell me, Tyler.
Lawn furniture cushions.
Okay.
Yeah. Way cheaper.
That's a good idea.
Same size thing for $10 instead of like 50. Hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm helping the consumer.
Yeah.
And this has been our consumer review section of the episode.
Don't buy dog beds. Buy patio cushions.
Yep. Boom.
But back to the episode, Tyler.
It was dumpster diving. I've seen it. They pulled up in a minivan and like 2 or 3, like, I want to say kids, but everybody's a kid to me now because I'm getting old. And so it's like 2 or 3 kids jumped out. They popped their heads over into the dumpsters and then they ran to the next one. They were unsuccessful.
Oh, man. Shucks.
But you got to scout them out, you know. And here's the other thing that I assume to be true, and I could be wrong. If you scout out the local, I'm going to say Best Buy because that's your primary target, I think, and you see when they start to put stuff out, it's probably a safe bet that they got a new shipment of stuff in, and that same new shipment probably got sent to all of their other stores, which means
they're all throwing stuff out.
yes. So check this one, and then go to the next one in Gulf Breeze.
So
go
then
to the
you just
next
have
one in
to
the next town, and then
really
the next one.
up your game and figure out the garbage schedules. When are the dumpster pickups?
I would be more worried about when they put stuff out than when things are picked up.
Well, if you know when it's all going to get picked up, you know your limit, the time you need to be there before or whatever.
Good point. But
yeah,
that's easy research, probably.
probably, yeah. You know, slip a few garbage men, a couple $20 bills. Hey, man. Or just sit in your car and wait and observe.
Yeah. But I would also think the websites.
Websites. Yeah. Well, I don't know if like commercial schedule garbage stuff is different than.
You could probably just call the company too. Hey, I'm located over here. When do you guys normally pick up?
Listen, I like the idea of like not espionage. What's the
You want a
word I'm
stakeout.
thinking of? Stakeout. Yes, I'm in a parking lot. I, for some reason, am trying to remain unseen. I have binoculars. I don't need binoculars.
Can we get cheeseburgers?
Yes. Snacks, cheeseburgers, maybe a few alcoholic beverages. We're not driving. We're just sitting in a car.
Keys are in the trunk.
Keys are in the trunk. I just like the idea of being on a stakeout. Yeah, that's the word. Where I'm just observing, scouting, finding the loot, you know? Like gamify it, like make it like a video game. A fun video game.
And I can follow behind you and make video game noises. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Like every time you get something
Every
good.
time I pick up a good bag, it makes a noise. That can be on our YouTube videos though that we film. Yeah.
I think that works. We could maybe pull something off like that.
It's a great idea.
I'm not a fan of the idea in its entirety.
You just don't want to get dirty. You don't want to get in the garbage.
It's this false, and I'm aware that it's false. This false sense of uncertainty to it, right?
And
I say it's false because I know any other business plan is rife with uncertainty.
Yeah.
Wedding chairs is uncertain.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know why this seems less feasible.
Yeah. I mean, I think until you find a good garbage can full of crap you can sell, it's just going to be like you thinking you never are going to find anything. But really what you're framing it wrong in your mind. How much of like a moral injustice, maybe not, that's not the right, but just a general waste is it for them just throwing perfectly good things away? And we're giving them a second chance. We're giving these products a second life. We are turning literal garbage into something that someone can use in a useful sense.
I heard I
Like
think
we're doing a moral good.
I want to say that I heard this on a Smarter Everyday video. People that were refurbishing cameras, they're calling it not recycling, upcycling.
People still use cameras.
Yeah, and that's what these people do. But I think that was the phrase that they used. I'll have to look into it and double check. But I think they called it upcycling, where they are taking something that was taken out of circulation, and that's how they framed it, and fixing it or repairing it or whatever, and then putting it back into circulation. So you're doing the same thing. You're taking something that was taken out of circulation by being put into a dumpster to go to a landfill or whatever for no reason.
You said refurbish it.
Yeah, but see, you're not. You don't have to do that
part.
Yeah, you don't have to refurbish it because they're not.
Yeah,
broken,
they're not broken.
But you are maintaining them in the cycle of useful things.
Yeah, and for someone
abandoned.
Looking for that thing, it'll not be as expensive as a brand new one of those things. It'll be brand new, but I'll sell it for less.
You will get into there is going to be some legal gray area of trespassing, and
you can't trespass in a public place. The only way that can happen is if like an employee specifically comes out and says, "Hey, you're being trespassed from here."
Yeah, or like security or somebody. But I also think that
you gotta be quick. You gotta pull up. You gotta see if there's good stuff. Throw it in your car. Get out of there.
Yeah.
You don't want to be lingering.
I have heard that there have been weird cases of things like this where they labeled it theft as well.
Nah. Well, from what I know about garbage laws,
yeah.
Once it's in the dumpster. Like, that was a whole, like, cop thing. Like, if you ever have incriminating things, you put it in your garbage, take it to the street. The cops are allowed to look in it. It's no longer yours anymore.
Yeah.
It's become, like, publicly accessible.
Yeah.
Thinking in a public parking lot, in, like, a county-owned dumpster, it falls under public domain or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, then like you said, it's a county dumpster, so the county, whoever operates that garbage service could say, "Hey, you're trespassing." But I've also heard where like people were putting things on the side of the road, and it's not that the service was going to recycle it or claim it or anything, but they still charged the person with theft because once it was on the side of the road, it in their frame became their property. It was how they handled some other issue that was coming up.
I'm not worried about that. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. And I'm not going to get caught. Like you said earlier, you actually saw people. Sounds like they had a good system. They had a van with children in it. Hopefully it was their children, their van.
I think they were teenagers or
they
or
scampered out as children do. Children are
out.
small. They can fit in dumpsters easily. They know, what shiny
around the small one, toss him in, then you can yank him out.
Yank him out. It's like a human claw machine.
Yeah.
And I have a kid. You got a kid.
Two.
They could fit. Well, Jack's a little young, I think.
Yeah, he's probably too small for that.
Beep his name or not.
He's got a good grip though.
Yeah.
Whoa,
them babies have good grips. But Nathan would like it probably.
He probably would.
Could dress him up like a Ninja Turtle or something.
Give him some padding.
Yeah. He could wear his helmet.
That way you toss him in and you don't have to worry about him getting hurt.
Yeah. And yeah, just pull up, in and out in under 30 seconds. And the only way you could get in trouble is really a minimum wage employee at Best Buy who's just going to see somebody come out and say something. They're not going to do extra work if they don't have to.
That's true.
Like, I could probably slip a few of them $20.
And really, some of them probably wish that they could have taken some of these things.
Hey, I'll
You
say
know?
before you have to dump all this in the dumpster and throw 20 bags in, call me up. I'll come get it.
Yeah, just put it out the
Let's
door.
skip the dumpster process
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like, I'll be your dumpster. That's the name of this episode.
I'll be your dumpster. That's a good. Oh man, it's better than the other one that we just couldn't figure out. All right, John.
I think this is a good idea. No startup costs except gas money. I have an incredibly fuel efficient vehicle already.
And all the time that it takes for the stakeouts.
Yeah, but that'll be fun though. I've always wanted to be on a stakeout. But it's a good idea where it's good for the economy. It's good for consumers.
The environment.
It's good for the environment. Exactly. Throw some like eco-friendly, reclaimed, whatever taglines on your products. People eat that up, man. And
Here at Emerald Coast Divers.
Emerald Coast Divers, we only have
Why is that so hard to say?
Emerald Coast Divers. Emerald Coast Divers. We reclaim what was abandoned, and then we give it to someone who needs it. That's what we do. And I'm telling you, man, I think this is a really good idea.
Thanks for listening to the Get Rich Podcast. Go to our website, getrichpod.com, or email us at jnt@getrichpod.com to let us know what you thought about an episode or to submit episode ideas. If you really want to support us, subscribe to our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/getrichpod. Subscribers will have exclusive access to vote on ideas we try, access to videos of us doing the ideas, as well as weekly bonus content. Thanks for listening.